Okay, Start. Englisch, Französisch. Ich glaube, wir nehmen lieber Englisch, ne? Ist das ausgewählt? Gut. Ich mach gleich lauter. Wir müssen erstmal gucken, nicht, dass gleich die Ohren wieder wegfliegen, ne? Der Name vom Game ist jetzt also Programm. Ja. Seht ihr schon, es ist laut. Der ist nicht hoch genug. Das Wrack. Alter, diese Partymucke, ist das Route 96?
Ah, Baby.
Ich hab da was im Auge. Oh.
I have a confession. I love crappy romantic comedies. Yeah.
Ich auch.
Yeah, it's a cliché. I can't help it. I love them.
Ich
All
auch.
those movies have that scene, you know?
Gott, Französin.
The girl is at her wit's end. She's
Er
been
rührt
crying
ein-
her eyes out. Her makeup is running. She looks like a zombie. She's done. Which is when Ryan Gosling knocks on her door to coax her out.
Ryan Gosling. Shit? Wie Shit? Ich soll kacken? Okay.
Ah, shit. That sounds nothing like Ryan Gosling. See, this is the problem with my life in a nutshell. It's not romantic, and it's certainly not a comedy. All right, where am I? What happened?
Crappy Comedians hatte ich heute schon genug. Wo ist mir eigentlich egal, was.
I felt woozy, and then really, really hot. And I guess that I fainted.
Mübbelfripp. Mübbelfripp.
And that's putting it mildly.
Was hast du?
I'll be alright, though.
Are you sure?
Mübbelfripp. Kann ich auch was anderes nehmen? Ja, klar.
Ah, as if I could be sure of anything. Still, I should probably update my guardian angel. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe there's something I know for sure. If I have to spend one more second lying on this filthy floor,
Filthy drücke ich sofort.
I'm pretty sure that I'm going to vomit. Vomit again, I guess.
Ja, mir ist aber ein bisschen
I'm
schlecht.
just a little nauseous, is all. I just had a little bit of a moment. A big moment. But it's over now. Sorry, I ducked out. I'm already feeling much, much better.
Chat, ich glaube, wir nehmen Drogen.
I can hardly tell her the truth, can I?
Was ist denn die
Most people
Droge?
don't actually want you to be honest with them. Oh, I apologize, Dr. Giagana. I just vomited up my breakfast. I had it all over my chin. It wasn't a good look.
Können
It's
wir das
hardly
sagen?
my fault. I haven't been handling stress very well lately.
Meine
Come to
Schuld.
think of it, isn't it her fault?
Wer ist denn sie?
She had to go and tell me that my mom's in intensive care. I'm sure, I mean, that is her job.
Was?
But I gotta tell you, that's a lousy job. Really, really lousy.
Die labert mehr als ich.
I'll be out in just a second. Those weren't here before. Do you think they have any idea where they are?
I'm sure this comes as a shock, but it is crucial that you understand the situation.
Ich verstehe aber
Your
nichts.
mom had a brain aneurysm. Do you know what that means?
Hat Boom gemacht, ja.
Mom. Funny. I could never get myself to call her mom. She's always been married
Was,
to
Il est
me.
mort le
As I
soleil?
understand it, it's a weakened artery wall.
Was ist mit Tod und
Correct.
Sonne?
And that artery ruptured, which caused a hemorrhage. It is a serious situation. We need to prepare for whatever happens next, very quickly indeed.
I've watched enough
Dori.
Grey's Anatomy to know that this is not good.
Grey's Anatomy habe ich auch geguckt. Serious?
Serious? What can I do?
Anything related to medical care will be my team's
Die Haare sehen
responsibility.
ja fancy aus.
But you are her trusted advocate.
I'm
So
sorry,
you should be
her what
aware.
now?
Do you not remember? This is the reason we called you.
Ja, wie die
We
dargestellt
have
Voll
your
cool.
name and your number, which means that you signed the release.
I have no idea what she's talking
Einfach
about.
Striche.
And since she's not able to express her will, it falls to you to speak on her behalf. But I presume you discussed that when you went through the process. So you must know that there are a number of
I
options.
don't believe
to consider.
it!
Fuck.
She put my name on the form without asking me. She must have forged my signature.
Ich bin voll der
It's
Arsch.
hardly a surprise. She's always done that kind of stuff. But I'm not making any important decisions.
Wie von Bob Ross gemacht. Ja, das ist wirklich das einfach ein Brush. Es ist voll geil. Ich liebe sowas.
I've had my share of this kind of responsibility, and it didn't turn out well. However, my dear mother doesn't seem to understand.
Oh ja, erzähl mal, was war denn?
After all we've been through, what makes her think that I can make the right decision? Pitting us against one another at a time like this, that's exactly what my mother would do. I feel trapped, like a fish in a barrel. Oh, come to think of it, I would love that. A 30-second memory, and not a care in the world. Fear me, sharks, for I am the terror of the oceans. That reminds me of the nickname I got during swim class in middle school.
Was spielen wir hier? Was ist unser Charakter?
Sea hag. Haters, all of them.
I'm sorry, Miss Fortin.
Demange.
Was mit Forschen?
I went back to my maiden name.
I'm sorry, that wasn't in your file. Listen, I understand that this is all very sudden, but we don't have a lot of time. We need to focus.
We do indeed.
Ja, tut mir
I'm
leid.
sorry, it's just the...
It's okay. I understand. It's not an easy situation.
Die guckt aber so
Our
creepy.
major concern right now is the hemorrhage is spreading. There's the risk of a cerebral vasospasm. That is a complication which could severely affect her brain.
Is she going to die?
Ach echt, wow.
We're doing
hast-
our best to make sure that
Du
doesn't
hast echt nicht
happen.
viel Grey's Anatomy geguckt.
There could be long-term consequences. This sort of event severely impacts the body, and mental functions may also be impaired. I need to know if you and your mother will be able to deal with that sort of
Holy-
complication.
Holy
Fucking
fucking.
shit.
Klingt einfach alles schlechter.
No, it can't be. I'm not ready for this.
Scheiße.
Shit.
To be completely frank,
Hab nur
if
Scrubs
we're able
geguckt,
to pull your mother through this, there's only a small chance she'll be like she was before.
Small? How small?
Smaller than that. In all probability, she will never be quite the same. Some people would prefer not to keep living under such circumstances. That rather their medical care were geared more around letting go as gracefully as possible. What I need to know is, what would your mother want?
I don't know how to answer that. Last time she told me she wanted something, it was...
Also, Scrubs ist halt so wie, wenn du Bachelor und Master vergleichst. Also, Scrubs ist eher so der Bachelor, Grey's Anatomy eher so der Master und MASH ist halt eher politische Medizin.
To be in MoMA.
Excuse me?
MoMA? The museum in New York.
Miss Demange, I...
Deine Mutter stirbt oder
your
hat
mother's
ewig
that
lange...
Marie Demange? The artist?
Oh, klar, meine Mutter ist Künstlerin. Natürlich. Okay, klar.
Ah, there it is. Works every time. Once people figure out who Marie is, snap!
Okay, Tobi.
Their whole demeanor changes. They feel like they know her somehow. Yeah, the Marie Demange. And I'm her assistant, I guess. I handle the business, the management, the press, so that she can be fully dedicated to her art, you see? Anyway, the other day, I got a call from the
Ich verstehe noch kein
Pompidou.
Wort, ne?
They want to do a retrospective on her life and work.
Gekauft.
Can you imagine? The billboards, the crowds, the press, the whole shebang. And I'm like, hell
Dankeschön,
yeah.
KSK, für den Euro.
I hop into my car, I rush over to tell her. I run into the workshop, yelling, and you know what she said? Did you hear from Mama? Ugh. Someone had told her they were considering her self-portrait 8, a canvas from her latest series. A whole exhibit in Paris, on the other hand, she didn't care. So, that's my mother. Most of the time, I don't know. I have no idea what she wants.
I know what I'm asking isn't easy. I can give you a little time to think.
Like that would change anything.
Können wir eigentlich was anderes als uns aufregen, meckern und am Stück labern? Arschtiss nennen. Mischmasch. Fühle. Auf Französisch, obwohl... Ja, doch, kommt hin, weil ich hatte ja Französisch in der Schule. Ja.
Yeah. I suppose I need to think about it. I'm sorry, I gotta go.
Junon. War Junon nicht bei Final Fantasy 7? Running away? Wir laufen weg.
I know what she'd say. That I'm running away again. What did she expect? That I just show up and what? Decide whether she lives or she dies? I don't even know how I'm supposed to make it to the end of the day.
Die Musik ist echt leise. Okay, ich kann leider nichts einstellen.
Oh, what the...
Ich war's nicht. Oh, das ist aber eine hübsche Handyhülle. Was stehst? Ich komme da nicht dran. Was ist das? Das blinzelt. I believe I can fly. Ich hab doch was mit Rehen. Achso, jetzt kann ich es nehmen. Ich verstehe das Spiel nicht.
I remember. Diane and I found an injured bird in the backyard. It was tiny.
Schon wieder ein Rotkehlchen. Wo ist der Rabe?
I think it was around the time Marie had set up her new studio in the sunroom. Now that I think of it, that was also my first experience with death. In fact, I also had a really weird dream that night. Something about that
Boah, die
day
Kamerafahrten
always
sind
seemed
anders.
off.
Verrückt.
I never figured out why.
Anders
And
wild,
why
meine
am I
ich.
thinking about this now?
Mond. Was? Right-Click to revive. Was? Ich hab gelinksklickt. Ich rewinde nicht. Hä? Ich hab doch Ach so. Hä? Was tue ich hier? Hä?
Yeah, Diane was so proud of packing her own suitcase. Her father came to pick her up that afternoon. She spent the weekend with him and her stepsister. I was a bit jealous, but also happy to have some time with my mother. Just us.
Ich kann ihn nicht anklicken. Hintern. Vogel. Vogel. Ja, Vogel.
Marie told us she'd take care of the bird, so we
tue
went
ich
back
hier?
to playing. I never saw it again, and when I asked what happened, she said it just flew away. I was so relieved.
Ich verstehe wirklich noch nicht ganz, was hier abgeht.
Back then, Marie wasn't very well known, but she was hardworking. She had just started a series on birds, actually. They were all over the house. She considered them a symbol.
Birds.
And I was very impressionable, so I started to love birds as well.
Birds. NFT, ich weiß es nicht. Es ist super strange gemacht.
I think I
Vogelmann.
saw a big shadow moving down the hallway that night. I imagined a monster bird was visiting us. For a long time, I thought it was just a strange dream.
Birds, ja.
Do you
Vögel?
recognize it?
Was?
This is the mobile that Marie made me before I was born.
Ja, ich
It's
erkenne das. Ja,
exquisite
klar.
and
Ich erinnere mich.
delicate. I loved it. And you did too. I think I still have it in a box somewhere.
Es gibt den Grund, dass morgen 19 Uhr das vorbei ist mit den Demos und ich unbedingt noch in Demos reingucken wollte. Und Donnerstag ja ausgefallen ist und Freitag Martha is Dead im Vordergrund stand. Und deswegen wollte ich am Sonntag, also heute, jetzt noch wenigstens ein bisschen in Demos reingucken. Hä, was?
The nest was high up in the tree, but the wind blew it down. The bird was obviously young. It was a big fall. It must have been badly hurt. I didn't realize it at the time.
Also ich bin ganz ehrlich, wenn das Spiel rauskommt, ich glaube nicht, dass wir das spielen. Ich finde es
Now I know
schwierig.
for certain that someone was in the backyard that night. And since Diane was at her father's, it must have been Marie. What was she doing out there? Maybe...
Fallbirds. Weg.
Marie was always quite passionate about birds.
Ja,
So
same
I
Stil.
suggested we keep this one as a pet
Hallo,
once it
Joker.
got better. I could already imagine it. A beautiful cage tucked in the corner of the studio.
Sie labert,
She
es ist
got
einfach
so
zu
mad.
viel
At
Laber.
the time, I didn't
Über-
understand why
Weiß
she
ich
reacted
nicht.
like that.
Vögel.
But
Ich mag
now-
Vögel. Aber was will das Spiel von mir? Gerade sollte ich noch entscheiden. Kill, was?
Maybe Marie killed the bird. That's what she was doing out there in the middle of the night, burying it in secret.
Und jetzt werden
And
Vögel
it
schon
might
wieder
sound
getötet.
strange, but I also understand why she did it.
Ich liebe Raben. Deswegen war Martha is Dead für mich ein Schock. Ich verstehe wirklich nicht, was wir hier gerade machen.
Marie is really an astonishing person, you know? She's usually hard, but also
Was?
she could be vulnerable. Sometimes. She couldn't stand
Weißt du,
seeing
was
the
noch
bird injured.
usually hart ist?
She knew it would never recover. It was too weak. I remember she said, not being able to fly, that's no life for a bird. She thought it would be better off dead.
So.
She could have just abandoned it, let things run their course. But I don't think she did. It sounds cruel,
Oh,
doesn't it?
so.
But that's just Marie.
Ich dachte, ich könnte
That's her
Kamerafahrt machen,
outlook
während
on
sie
life.
redet, aber geht nicht.
She's all or nothing. I think... My legs are shaking. Maybe I'm having another turn. I think I need a sugary drink.
Understood.
Do you need anything?
Well, I need more coffee. But if I drink another one, my stomach's going to declare war on the rest of me.
I'm not ducking out. Not this time. After all, isn't this what Marie wanted? I just can't speak on my mom's behalf.
Rehwind hat Reh und Auto
One
wieder
thing's for
repariert,
sure.
ja.
She's a radical.
Radical 6.
She's all or nothing. All the time.
Ich bin so raus bei diesem Spiel gerade. Ich weiß
I
auch nicht.
understand. It's hard to contemplate the idea of living with a disability.
It's not that. Not at all. If we were talking about me or someone else, I would
Ich bin
say
echt
it's
einfach nur
gonna be
überfordert. Das
fine.
trifft's gut.
You adapt. People do it all the time. They have to. Life's too important. I would say that. She wouldn't. I'm not sure that answers your question.
She
war nie
certainly comes
drin.
across as rather forthright.
Ich war drin, als da
You
Faktorausfall stand und Shit und
I've
so.
seen her on TV a couple of times. My father loves her. She's an extraordinary artist. In her interviews, she's so impressive, fierce even. It must be quite something to be the
Spiel
daughter
just
of
chatting, ja,
someone so
Clemmy. Ja.
talented.
I've heard this one before. That's a polite way to say it can't be easy
Aber
to
ich
have a
finde sie halt
nutcase for a
voll
mother.
hübsch. Also vom Stil her von allem. Ich finde die super hübsch.
Yes, it's quite an experience. Doctor, do we know why?
Ja, war
Why
verstummelt,
this
ja.
happened?
Also es ist die
We
ganze
were
Zeit
just
bla bla bla
having
bla bla
dinner
bla bla
last
bla
night.
bla 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 bla.
She
Und dann
was
auf einmal
fine.
BAM. Hä? Was?
There could be a lot of factors. Family history, hypertension,
Sie ist hübsch, bis sie
alcohol
anfängt zu reden.
consumption.
I did have a pretty severe hangover this morning.
Even past trauma, like a historic head injury. It's hard to say right now. All right, Miss Demange.
Oh, aber was
I'll
Gutes,
give you
ne?
time to think.
In der Zeit kann ich doch
Let's speak
also
again
ein Wolfi
in
essen, oder?
about 2
Das muss
hours
ja
if
eh
that
nicht
works for
reden.
you.
Sounds good. Can I see her?
Der Fisch ist tot.
Yes, of course. Let me find out her room number.
I know what I have to do, what I should do. It wasn't that long ago that I could write this kind of scene without breaking a sweat. I step into the room, there'll be tubes everywhere, beeping sounds. The audience will know that it's serious. Then I start bawling my eyes out. I collapse on my mom's bed, pouring out snot from my nose. Or maybe I'll be dignified, stony-faced, standing quietly in the corner. Close up on my face. They'll see I'm suffering deep inside. That's exactly how it will happen. Or what should happen. There's just one problem. I really must. She probably needs me. I don't know why, but I can't open that door.
Weil die Demo zu Ende ist? Nerven. Ich meine, also ich darf nicht, ich darf die ganze Zeit nicht reden, weil sie die ganze Zeit redet. Da kann ich auch essen in der Zeit, oder? Sie redet ja eh für mich mit. So, ich lasse jetzt die Credits durchgehen, weil wir dieses Spiel nicht spielen werden. Es tut mir leid. Das war ein Wow, ja, ne? Das Rack, also für mich kann es Rack, es tut mir leid. Ich bin damit einfach nicht warm geworden. Also, keine Ahnung.